Hello everyone, and welcome to another Senran Kagura Thoughts and Opinions video. Today we're discussing Senran Kagura 2, Deep Crimson, which is one of the more better games in the series, to be honest. Also because it doesn't feature Timeline 2. You'll hear me say this a lot, but Timeline 2 is kind of an atrocity right now. This is why whenever we get something that really works together and it has Timeline 1 in the bounce, well, let's just say we got a recipe for a good game that'll help us out that'll help keep us playing for about some time to come. This was another game that pretty much kept me coming back, and god damn it, what the hell keeps doing that? I see. Got him. Anyway. Story this time was an absolute joy to play, actually, to be honest. And we've got a little bit more background on some of the other characters in the series. And nothing against the new girls, but there's just something about the originals that really ring a hell of a lot better than the newer ones in Timeline 2. Not to say that they're bad characters or anything, it's just a lot of the stories they make up for in Timeline 1 for the characters is just absolutely amazing. It's actually pretty sweet how they can think of this time and time again. And this one, we got a little more background on what Yoma were. They were strange monsters that were created by apparently the shinobi barriers, which were actually used in rituals for blood and all that stuff, which was actually pretty damn sweet if you think about it. The story was pretty much about a young girl who was actually a Yoma destroyer called Kagura, which was actually pretty neat. Something I actually was fascinated with and enjoyed a lot. The game had its fun factor back for a good bit, and I was tending to enjoy it. As well as the new character they decided to introduce in this game, giving us a grand total of 13 this time. Ikaruga's brother, Murasame, which was actually a breath of fresh air to the series. The guy was actually good. The guy was actually good, and I enjoyed him as a character. But why haven't we seen him since then? Because the Senran Kagura community decided to shit all over him. Which was completely stupid in my opinion. Because since Murasame was one of the best characters in the entire damn game. And I mean by a gameplay standard. And I'm someone who measures the series by gameplay. And then story. Basically, I don't look at this like the other guys do. I look at this objectively. And I'm getting a call. Anyway. So yeah, the story was actually pretty decent. Like I said, it's focusing and surrounding Kagura this time around, and Naraku, which was actually pretty sweet. The game was pretty much not bad. I loved the game system, I loved how everything was, I loved the extra missions. There's just a lot to love in this game, and the gameplay and combos were especially good, especially Mirai's ultimate in that game. Satellite Gustav was one of the best techniques I've ever seen. Actually gave Mirai some good playability for once. Since the game was more like Timeline 2 style of gameplay, which was actually pretty decent to say the least. Oh, I gotta get rid of those guys. But yeah, it was actually a pretty decent gameplay plot this time, and they cut out like the cinematic shit they had for Shinobi Versus. I'm guessing because a lot of people complained about that being a big letdown. Come on. And I'll go into detail about what's happening to my character later. When I get to burst renewal. Gameplay and the after content were amazing. I don't remember much about it, but I remember leveling up to leveling up everyone to level 50 and still going. I think they removed the yin and yang meters too, which were actually a welcome addition to the series. It was actually pretty damn welcome. Ooh, we're seeing a lot of Yumi here. Anyway. And yeah, like I said, I don't remember a lot of the missions that happened anymore because I didn't really play the game for long. Which is what it kind of lacks compared to Burst. But I can only remember having fun throughout the entire thing. I made it a priority to get this game when it came out. And I haven't been let down, and I wasn't let down since about this game. It was actually pretty neat. It actually came in a physical, rather than wasting my blocks on my Nintendo 3DS this time around. It was actually pretty decent. And something I enjoyed, basically. Overall, I'd give the game an 8.5 out of 10 because, you know, it was somewhat good and a joy to play. But for a lot of it, I don't remember anymore because afterward I stopped it, mostly because Estival Versus, which is the game of the next discussion. Well, that about wraps this up because, like I said, I don't remember much about the game other than Hibari using her power of Kagen, which is another thing they explained out pretty well. And I want more on, but they haven't done since, which is kind of sad. It's like they were more prone to explain things and give out techniques in Timeline 1, and in Timeline 2, they focus on sex, and people wonder why I hate Timeline 2. Well, that's about it for this one. And until the next time, have a good one.